we're on page 55 in our journal. So we're going to talk about models and how things can be shaded and equal to percentages or fractions or decimals. So this shaded model equals 100%. This is one whole picture that's shaded. If you can't see the shaded, pause it and go ahead and shade in on these two problems. Okay, number one, which model represents 60%? So what I'm going to ask you to do is to know that 60% is 60 out of 100, and we're going to go ahead and count. So this one is a little hard to, I guess, write the fraction that is shaded because these are not connected. So I'm going to go ahead and skip over that one. So we have same thing with this one. All right, these aren't really connected to show one whole. So let's look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a total of 6, and 1, 2 are shaded. So 2 out of 6 are shaded. Let's do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7, 8, 9, 10. And so I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these because they're not connected to show one whole. So we want to know which one of these is going to be equivalent to that. Lots of ways we could work this. We could do I for an I and see that those are equivalent. We could put 60 hundredths beside each one, and we could cross multiply. Or we could say that's times 10, so that's times 10. And this would be times 30. Well, that's not times 30. So these are not going to be equal. So C is going to be your answer. So I would like you, beside each shaded model, to write the fraction down beside it, okay, on your homework. That's what I expect. Beside each answer choice, beside each picture, I want you to write down a fraction. So during a game of basketball, Kenzie attempted 6 shots. The shaded area for the diagram below shows how many shots Kenzie made. What fraction of her shots did she make? So we're going to count our total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there are 1, 2, 3 shaded. So I don't see 3 6 here, so there's a lot of ways I could do this. I could simplify this and try to get it to a fraction that's in our answer choice, which we do. Or I could put 3 6 beside each answer choice, and I could cross multiply until I get one that is equal. And again, you don't have to write all this down. If you like this way, that's okay. If I'm ever going too fast, you go ahead and just pause it and write down what you want to write down. So see how these are equal? And I simplified, and that one was equal. So 1/2 is shaded. If you need to pause and shade this in, there are 37 shaded in on this one out of 100. And there are 37 out of 100 shaded on this one. There's 1 whole shaded here, 100 out of 100, which equals 1 whole. And then here we have 30 out of 100. This one we have 1 whole shaded, and it looks like 37 out of 100. Here is 1 whole shaded, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. So we have 63 hundredths shaded, I believe, if I counted that right. Okay, so we want one that equals 137%. So that means we have 100% of one plus 37% of another. And since percent means out of 100, that's 37 out of 100. And this would be all 100 out of 100, which is 1 whole. So C is going to be our best choice. Okay, go ahead and go to page 60. Again, write the fraction down of what's shaded. Okay, we want the shaded area, and we want what percentage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 times 4 would be 40. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 40ths. And again, this is not out of 100. This is not a percent. So we've got to put that in a percent box. And I don't see an easy way, so we're going to cross multiply and divide. And again, if I'm going too fast, pause. I for an I to make my division easier. That goes into that 6 times. And that 5 times. So that means that 65 out of 100, which is 65%. Right, on this one right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 10, which is 40 out of 100. Okay, that is not 40 out of 100. That is not 40 out of 100. Let's simplify. I for an I. That's 4/10 simplified, which would be 4/10, which would be 40% of this, 40 out of 100. In this one, which one's 50%, you can automatically see. Now, I would love it if you would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 4 out of 8 shaded. That right there I know is half because 50% is 1/2. That, if I simplified it, would be 1/2. So it's going to be B. So make sure you're writing your fractions next to each model or picture on your homework.